Alright guys, here we are in game 3 of this unofficial best of 3 between Zenio and Gumiho. This is Rifkin. I've been casting it today with Master Dog from O Gaming. Sir, take us away.
Alright, so spawning on our red Zerg from Team Liquid. He's already won 2 games, but as this is an unofficial best of 3, it's going to game 3. He is LiquidZenio.
And his opponent in the top left, playing for FXO, it is Gumiho. And yeah, that's the beauty of this not being a legitimate best of 3. You can phrase it however you want. We could tell people it's a best of 5 for all they care. They would not know better. In fact, we probably should. Guys, forget what we said earlier. This is an unofficial best of 5. Does that sound better?
Yes, it does, because then we're not lying.
Well, actually, we don't know where these replays came from. Like, this is the beauty.
Yeah.
It's the pros and cons of StarCraft. The pro, you get to watch these games as if they were live, but the con is you don't really know always where these replays come from. If they come from a replay pack, it doesn't say that this was from, like, the finals of some weekly cup or anything like that. So we're left to, you know what would be kind of cool, actually, just while we're on this tangent? To create, like, a tournament out of replays. So it's like, recreate DreamHack, but, like, instead of having Stardust win, have Show win from other, like, ladder matches or something. Like, not a good idea. Don't listen to me. I'm just spouting off cool ideas.
No, man, that'd be cool. And then to take it even further, the casters of the tournament do take command in, like, the last game of the finals.
That would just...
And that's how the winner is decided, man.
I think that would spur a lot of hate, to be honest.
It's okay, they won't know. They won't know.
Well, Zenio going hatch first. Still no pool. Will he go 3 hatch before pool, I'm wondering? I hope not. You can try and pull that off for Saterran play, but it's very, very greedy. But no, here comes the pool. So, a pretty standard opening. Yeah, if you see CC up on the high ground, there's like, everyone right now is doing the cat strat. You block the natural with a hatchery, so annoying. But you can also alternatively just take a 3rd hatchery and just be so economically set with it.
Yeah, but also there are a lot of people who like to screw with other people, so that's probably why that build's even popular. It's just funny to watch.
Well, it's not, you know what, it's funny to watch, but it's actually incredibly effective. It can be shut down, but it's kind of like a 4-gate. Like, you have to know exactly what you're doing to stop it, rather than just like, fingers crossed that I made enough Marines.
Yeah, and unlike 4-gate, not a lot of people do it, so it's very hard to figure out what is that clear way of beating this strategy.
Hold the phone. Master Doc, are you telling me that a 4-gate is something popular on the battle.net?
It used to be, and it's figured out a lot now.
Well, it's sad because it really still is with the lower leagues. I find, I've got a lot of friends through the various leagues, and it's funny because as people progress, I don't know if it's like this, pompous or whatever nature that comes with it, but it's like as they get better, they're like, all innings not as important as it used to be. I used to 4-gate through gold, but now I'm diamond, you know? Things like that. But okay, we got the Hellion opening again from Gumiho, and this, I don't know, Bel'shir is not nearly as great of a map for Hellions as, say, Neoplanet S is, but it's still a nice map where if you get in there early with the Hellions, there's not going to be a lot to shut you down.
Yeah, and right now the factory is going to be taking that reactor, and Tech Lab getting thrown down on the barracks, so it looks like it's going to be transitioning into bio right now. The first Hellion is heading across the map. Metabolic Boost is only halfway done though, so these Zerglings, they're going to have a ton of trouble trying to deal with this Hellion.
Yeah, the Queen gonna get that first hit or 2 off. Normally you'll see a couple Queens come out. It's a little too early for that though. That is the advantage of getting Hellions out quick. But Gumi is also using this in the effect of like a Reaper, where he's just getting a lot of scouting with this. He's gonna definitely try and maybe hit a drone or 2, but I mean, actually, not even. Just gonna keep circling around here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, just barely misses the surround. The Queen should be able to finish this for help.
Oh my god.
Well, that Hellion... Master Doc, I gotta ask you, did you ever watch Band of Brothers?
No, I did not actually.
Ah, curses, there's a perfect reference there, but it's now missed upon, so never mind. Look, Gumiho going for bio behind this. As stated before, earlier on, it's something he tends to do. It's like Pult. It's like these great players who, it's not that mech is necessarily terrible, but bio overall is a little more flexible, you can do more with it, and Gumiho clearly more comfortable with it. But of course the downside is it has not been doing him very well today.
Yeah, as he did lose those first 2 games, and right now, Zenio, he scouted that the 3 barracks are up. just like all the other games, and Stim's underway. We could, in fact, see a same sort of timing push from Gumiho, where he just goes out when he has Stim and +1 weapons, has a couple of medevacs, and then just keeps rallying across the map in hopes that he will be able to deal enough damage to make this cost effective.
Scouting Overlord sees the National, confirms everything, but there's not much here to confirm. It's kind of one of those sad scouts where Zenio probably already knew what Gumiho had, but he was just confirming it, and sadly had to sacrifice an Overlord to do so.
Yeah. But of course, if he does want to go in again for whatever reason, he does have this other handy Overlord on the left side that's not really being able to see anything other than a drop that will never come.
I like Zenio's eyes right now. They're on the end game because he's going for those melee weapons and for those melee tech things. It's very easy to play the mid game with roaches off layer tech with ranged weapons, but if you go for the melee, yeah, you kind of recognize, yeah, these Lings, even with great upgrades, are not going to stand up to Hellions, but this, if you survive, suddenly you've got Ultralists in the late game, Broodlords, which are almost never used anymore, but Cracklings with those Adrenal Glands are really freaking good.
Yeah. And right now, some Hellions are trying to poke out the third of Zenio, but they will get sent packing as soon as those queens come right down that ramp. Right now, it's looking like, in fact, combat shield's on the way, so Gumiho going to be doing something different this time around, as he will, in fact, be throwing down a tech lab on the factory. Do you think he might try getting drilling claws with this?
I don't. Later? I mean, it's kind of one of those things, it's like, yes, eventually, but the question is when. But I want to play it with the Combat Shield. He's actually going to hit a really nice time with Combat Shield and +1 finishing up, where these Lings are going to struggle not only with the Hellions as is, but with this huge clump of Marines.
Yeah, right now a bunch of Balings are trying to get prepared for Zenio right now. The Marines and Hellions look like they're going to be coming over towards the third base. Creep Tumor is dying as soon as they try to get thrown down. That was a short life for that Tumor.
When retreating behind the Hellions, I like this choice. Gumiho always falling back behind the important units. Trying to focus fire down the Bailey's. Gonna see a lot of them actually before they can connect, but they're still gonna get a couple Marines here, but not too many. So great control of Gumiho. Sacrifices his Hellions in exchange for Marines. And now he's got that +1 and combat shields kicking in. Gumiho gonna fall back to the Widowmine just to heal up, but I imagine we'll go back in shortly after. 28 Lings on the way though to reinforce this. Zenio doesn't really have enough Banelings to constantly just throw away at this army, but he can clean this up.
Yeah, and also right now, Gumiho, he has a large mineral bank. He'll be able to dump a lot of minerals into Marines. Good pickup there by Gumiho, and will be saving his Marines and that one Hellion for a little bit longer.
I like that he advanced his Widowmine to the position he did, because beforehand, Zenio was already over there. He saw there was no Widowmine. He might just carelessly run into these Marines, and the positioning on this tank couldn't have been better. Ling's gonna run over top of everything, but the Widowmine is good, not bad actually. The Widowmine goes off on almost nothing, surprisingly. Banelings connect to most of these Marines, but Gumiho with those splits once again. Oh my goodness, I don't know how these Marines are living at all.
Yeah, it's amazing how Gumiho, he's just either been splitting amazingly or he's picked up at the last second to just save his Marines. But right now, picking up might not be an option as the Spire is about to finish. We'll have to see, will Zenio get a lot of Mulisks earlier on, or is he going to wait until he's cleaned up a good amount of the Marines? But I feel like the Mulisks, they'll be able to help a lot, especially versus the pickup tactics of Gumiho in this game.
But as long as Gumiho can get that control, if he snipes off the Banelings, he doesn't need to pick up and run. But okay, here we go. Oh, so many Banelings making some beautiful connects immediately. Tank goes down as well. Gumiho has nothing left on the field. Zenio, with a lot of Lings, is going to chase across. And GG is thrown down.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Gumiho.
Yeah, that was poor Gumiho. He split very, very well, but there was just so many Banelings that he would have to handle with after the splits, and he just wasn't able to do it. His tank was not sieged in time, so the Banelings, they just rolled in and killed everything.
I just wish he would go for that third base, man. That seems to be his biggest flaw in this entire series, but that's going to be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the cast. This is Rifkin again with Master Delk. I'll have his information in the description down below, but thank you for casting with me, sir.
No problem.